Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Sherwood Park Curling Club in Sherwood Park, Alberta. It is the final of the first event of the Mixed Doubles Super Series for the 2023-2024 season, and what a game we have for you. It is 6-1 Laura Walker and Kirk Muyres up against the undefeated 7-0 Yasumasa Tanida and Chiaki Matsumura. Should be an absolutely fantastic final between the number 7 Japanese ranked team and the number 9 ranked Walker and Muyres team. And both teams likely after this game will find themselves in the top 5 in the mixed doubles world rankings. So two of the world's best teams here set to do battle and to take home the trophy for the first event of the season and the $6,000 check. John Cullen with you here for what should be a fantastic game. As I said, both these teams on a roll. The Japanese team undefeated coming into this game, and Walker and Muyres dropped their first game of the tournament to Tolly Gill and Dean Hewitt from Australia, and since then they've rattled off 6 straight wins, and they looked great in the semifinal this morning against Rachel Homan and Tyler Tardy. So this should be a great one. Matsumura and Tanida starting with the hammer.
Finish if you can.
Great shot, Laura. That's a beauty. Way to get us going.
And Laura Walker right into the top button, and that earns the plaudits of the crowd. This team playing out of nearby Edmonton, Alberta. Kirk makes his home in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, but Laura lives in Edmonton, and so I'm sure they'll have a lot of fans. But of course, this Japanese team very familiar to curling fans as well. They're multiple-time world mixed doubles participants and actually won the silver last year in Gangneung in South Korea. So certainly one of the best mixed doubles teams in the world here are Matsumura and Tanida. And you're seeing why right there. A very nice shot from Chiaki.
If you're here, that's okay.
Yep.
So we get our first look at Kirk Muyres here. Multiple-time Saskatchewan champion as his own skip, also playing with Matt Dunstone. No stranger to top competition, and this team, the Canadian mixed doubles champions back in 2018, they won a bronze at that world. So 2 world mixed doubles medalists going at each other here, and that's a lovely shot from Kirk Muyres right on top of the yellow. Pretty much a perfect start for both teams so far here. And our first look here at Yasumasa Tanida. As I said, a mixed doubles veteran, but also at the men's level has been to the Worlds 3 times representing Japan. And unfortunately will lose his own rock off the top there, so it is Walker and Muyres lying the 2 without the hammer here. Tanida been at the World Championships in 2016 with Shinya Abe, and then in 2019 and 2021 with Yuta Matsumura.
Line's good.
Think weight's close.
Okay.
Tight guard.
Line's good.
Gotta let him bite a bit.
So he's very familiar with the Matsumura family, is Yasumasa.
Top 12 maybe.
Okay.
Yuta is, of course, Chiaki's brother.
When I can, I will.
Okay. You're pretty good. Yeah, you're good.
Just want to stay out.
So maybe a hair deeper than Kirk would have liked here, as I think Yasumasa will have a chance to take a good run at this. I don't think you can get rid of all 3 yellows, but certainly you can get rid of 2 of them. And you might be able to get all 3 going with the angle that yellow has on that blue one. So looking to get himself out of trouble here is Yasumasa Tanida. And that is pretty darn good. Couldn't get rid of all three as expected, but certainly the situation a lot better now for the team from Nagano and Hokkaido.
I'm going to try to throw the same speed and sweep it.
Yeah, and like here?
Yep.
So with that blue one being out of the rings, they're just going to guard here.
Line's good.
I think I gave it a little more. I think the weight's going to be good.
Line's good. Line's great. If you have to sweep it, you might have to finish it a little, but it is curling. Line's good, as far as you can.
Sorry, looks like they're going for the straight draw here. I did think the guard was a little perplexing, but Kirk was talking about throwing the same as his last one, so I guess he just meant the weight and not the actual same shot as his last one. So Walker and Muyres lying 2 here with only 3 rocks left to come here in the first.
いや結構厳しいは厳しい。
狙った方がいいかでも。
どれだけギリギリかわして遅いウェイトで押せるかって感じ。
多分ここまでぐらいしか当たれないけど。
ああ、まあいけなくはなさそう。
Yeah, it looked like Chiaki was signaling a freeze on that top yellow, but I think it's too late for that.
早めでロールしないと遅めで下下がっちゃうとダメ。
OK。バックライン。
バックライン。
89バックライン。
So you heard there in English from Tanida and Matsumura, they're looking for back line here, just trying to move this yellow one. Probably don't even need to get it out of the house. You just need to make sure that this blue rock you're throwing ends up being second shot at the end of it.
打てさそう。It's good. ちょっと早いぐらい。ちょっと早いぐらい。
Yes! 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 Green! Mug it.
And that is very nice from Yasumasa. Still Walker and Muyres lying 2 though.
Right here.
Yeah.
So get a look there. Nice finish on that one from Tanida. Not really a fantastic steal situation here for Walker and Muyres, so just want to put this somewhere where it's second shot. Just biting the forefoot would probably be ideal. That would leave the back one open for a hit and roll. So you maybe want to be deep enough that if Chiaki hits and rolls off the back one, they're not shot. So that's probably in an ideal world where they're looking to put it. So the last rock here for Laura Walker. And it's been a great end for the team from Edmonton.
That's pretty nice. Good. Little more room than I'd like early, Kirk.
Okay, I think I just have enough, but I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a little wider path than Kirk had.
Line's good.
But that's probably exactly where they want it.
If anything, a little bit of room yet. Despite the 4 on this line.
Sit down. I think that's pretty good, Laura.
And that is pretty good. The worry there was if it goes a little bit too far, you might line up a double for Chiaki, but no, that stops in a perfect spot. But it does leave Matsumura here with the hit and roll for the single. So yeah, just got caught. It was a tricky shot there for Laura because on that line, like she said, you just want to be biting the 4 because if you go any deeper, you maybe potentially leave a slash double. And obviously you can't come much lighter than that. So it's just an open hit for 1 here for Chiaki Matsumura. It probably needs to get a slight roll to the inside. And the slight roll she will get. So it is 1 for Matsumura and Tanida. Walker and Muyres will have the hammer. We'll get our first look at it after this.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Sports fans, daytime sports talk gets a whole lot better weekdays at noon Eastern with The Rod Peterson Show. Talking sports daily with A-list guests, and the best part is you can always join the discussion as we're the most interactive talk show on television. Broadcasting from coast to coast from the biggest events like Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Final, Grey Cup, and more. There's nothing like it in the game today. The Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon Eastern and 10 p.m. Pacific on Game Plus Network.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. BDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
So we'll see what Laura Walker and Kirk Muyres can do with the hammer here in end number 2. You're watching the final of the first mixed doubles Super Series event of the season. Busy early part of the calendar for these curlers. We will be back next week as well in Chilliwack, BC with the second event of the year. All the coverage here for you at mdsuperseries.com.
Great shot, Laura.
And very nice shot there from Laura Walker. After Chiaki's first one, looks like it just sort of moved the initial stone off the button.
Okay.
You can get all 7 mixed doubles Super Series events for $40. Seems like a great deal to me. So if you're just watching this, you got a single event pass for this one, maybe consider upgrading your subscription for the entire season. It's going to be lots of great mixed doubles action all across the country from now until the finals in Brantford in February. And I'm sure we're going to see a lot of both of these two teams. But for now, we're just focused on this final here in Sherwood Park. Would be a great start to the year for either team. That's a great shot there from Yasumasa Tanida.
Half in the 4.
A win here nets you $6,000 and a handful of points. The top 10 right now is very, very tight, very close. So a win here would get either of these teams into the top 5 in the world rankings.
I'd like to wait, but I'm close. It's just heavy.
Like T-line heavy? Because that's okay.
It's close to making the shot.
Close.
Make the shot.
Yep.
Just line.
Okay, easy then. Close still. Yep. Yep. Yep, line. Hard line. Okay, well, maybe just leave it there. That's good.
So just a hair light for Kirk Muyres, but the angle's still pretty decent.
ちょっと前ね、マージンかい。
幅同じでいいかい。
Matsumura and Tanida lost that mixed doubles final last year to Corey Dropkin and Corey TC, who we did not see in this event, but we'll see on the Super Series later this year. Corey and Corey.
Video.
いいよ。
Weight's good. 4 5. 4 5.
ラインよ。
4 5.
ラインはいい。
Okay.
はい、だけ。はい、で。クイーン、クイーン。イェス。跳ねるだったらイエス。
ちょっと当たりぐらい。悪くない。
And that is a perfect spot for Tanida. Still Walker and Muyres lying to 1.
Crazy?
No, I was thinking, that's, I think, the shot.
I don't see really anything over here.
Yeah, I think that's the shot, Lauren.
Okay. Same weight.
Yeah, the angles are certainly favoring
Right on the edge of the 8. Do you like this a smidge
the
more?
Japanese team at the moment. So Kirk just going to try to draw this one in for second shot.
Hey, you got some room right now. This is the widest we've been, just so you know.
Yeah, certainly a little wider than his last one.
Okay. Line's not terrible if you keep it going on. It has to curl though. Still has to curl a little. Yep, yep. Yep, yep.
Gun
Okay.
try.
That's good.
Be good.
And just didn't quite get it there. It was in a fresh spot, as Laura said, so that might have contributed to it slowing down a little bit. Still lying the single.
こっちからいじる必要はないと思うんだよな。これが一番いいけど。
ドドンってなるけどね。これが一回ワンになる。
一回ワンにはなりそうで。うまくここに当たれば弾けるかも。これノーズになってる。
ノーズありだと思う。
厚めに狙うじゃんトップで。どう？それともノーズしちゃう？
いや、ノーズになってもいい感じでトップで狙う。
厚めのトップ狙う。OK。
So it looks like they're going to maybe try a double here, or at least I don't think you can make a double, but you could just sort of slither that yellow one that's on the button just outside of the forefoot. This is a tricky shot. They might also be trying to double off the top yellow and maybe drive their blue back into the pile, but I'm guessing this is they're chasing the shot rock here. And just doesn't quite get it. So very good try from Tanida, but the same shot still there for Kirk Muyres.
If we can be right, just make it.
I can't make the double, right?
You can.
Is it better or worse?
It's really thin.
Thick?
Thin.
Oh, it's thin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, that double is scary to
I don't know
me.
if it's all that bad if you go into this one though.
I agree.
Unless you'd move back to right there. I think this is still probably the call. Like, this is really tough to get by the yellow.
Totally fine. Draw the button.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's risky, and I agree. It's not terrible if you just smudge that yellow. That's just biting the top four. If you smudge that over just a little bit, that's fine. But if you ever kicked it out into the open for Chiaki Matsumura, that's maybe the only way that they could score a point in this end. So I think this is the right call. We'll see if Kirk can find the button here.
Maybe a hair tight, actually. Can you keep it out?
The weight on his last one was probably pretty close. He just didn't really sweep it.
I don't wanna.
Close. Close.
Just line.
Close. Yep. Yep.
Just line.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Keep going. Just roll to here. It's a good shot. Good.
Thanks.
It's not bad, but it does give Chiaki a pretty short double here to lie one, and that would force Laura Walker into drawing the button for a single. So it's not really ideal. Again, for Matsumura, doesn't have to move the yellow, that shot stone, too far. You just got to move it out of the forefoot, and you're pretty much guaranteed to be forcing Walker and Muyres to a single, and not an easy shot for a single either. But you got to make this one first. Final stone here for Chiaki Matsumura. Nothing at all from Tanida, and that will not help.
I think that line you had me on.
But it does also shrink the room that Laura has here.
Give you a little less
Laura would have been able to draw basically the full button before, and now she really only has a little piece of the side of it. You can see there from the overhead. If you're anywhere sort of beside this yellow one, you're fine, but you got to be right beside it. Not a lot of margin for error here for Laura Walker, but it is a chance to score too.
Line's good.
Just line.
Okay, line's good.
Rather not.
Close.
Can't.
So we'll see if we can find it here. This does look a little heavy.
We're back button.
Line's really good.
You can get a little piece of your own yellow and still make the shot, but you need a piece of it. And it won't find it. So good try there from Laura Walker, but that draw for the second point proved elusive. All end. We're knotted at 1.
For the average curling fan, because mixed doubles is so new, maybe just provide some details of the differences between the two games.
Yeah, mixed doubles is definitely a faster paced game, and it's a shorter game. So if you watch a traditional 10-end curling game, it's often 2.5 to 3 hours that you're watching the game. Mixed doubles is closer to an hour and a half. And then the biggest difference with mixed doubles is that you actually start the end with 2 rocks pre-positioned. There's just a man and a woman on each team, and one player will throw the first and the last rock of the end, and the other player will throw the 3 in the middle. So there's only 5 thrown rocks per end, 2 rocks stationary already set up, and having those rocks in play right from the get-go just makes for a lot of rocks in play. So the game is really exciting. It's really fast-paced. We don't get a lot of thinking time in mixed doubles, so it's go, 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 and it's really fun to watch.
Now that you've played both, which one do you prefer?
I love mixed doubles. I love the shorter game. I like the in and the out. I love that, there's the degree of difficulty is a little bit, not always, but often more difficult in mixed doubles. And I love that the game can just change on one shot so easily. I'm either a big miss or a big make, and you're never out of it, whether you have a big lead or whether you're trying to get back into the game. And it just makes it really exciting and a lot of fun to play.
So we heard there from Laura Walker about how fortunes can change on a dime in this game, and have to say, kind of a conservative start for a mixed doubles game. It's not often that you're going to see a mixed doubles game start 1-1 after 2, but that's where we find ourselves here, as neither team has really been able to exercise control with the hammer. Tanida and Matsumura in the first end were kind of chasing the entire time. Muyres and Walker not in as much trouble at any point, but they just couldn't find that draw weight to the button, and so they ended up settling for 1, and that's where we are here. The final of the first event of the Mixed Doubles Super Series here in 23-24, and that's an unfortunate unforced error there from Matsumura. And so a chance for Kirk Muyres to really put some pressure on Matsumura and Tanida here.
Pull 4.
Okay, I can wait.
Okay,
Wait's nice.
Let it start curling a little if you can.
Yeah, I'm probably heavy.
We got quite a bit of room here.
Heavy.
Kirk, you owe me a lot of money, my friend. I'm gonna have to really, if I do any more Mixed Doubles Super Series events, I'm gonna really have to institute the swear jar. And honestly, we could probably just dedicate it to Kirk Muyres at this point after his performance this morning. But unfortunately, just a little heavy there.
14-7.
And he kind of knew it out of the hand, just never really settled in for him. So that was a good opportunity to really get this end established, and it's an opportunity missed. So Yasumasa will have a chance now to try to swing things back in his team's favor.
Wait's good.
Yeah.
Wait's good. Okay.
Oh.
Wait's good.
Oh.
Okay. 早くなさそう。
ちょっと待って。
Okay, 曲げる側。
まだ待って。
曲げる側。
And this also looks like it's a little heavy.
Okay, wait いい感じ。
I don't know if this path just sped up a little bit. This is the curling turn, so usually with the curling turn, you see the rocks slow down a little bit, but Yasumasa also heavy, so Laura Walker the only one to really manage this turn so far.
Play that.
Up to you.
Let's play this.
Okay. T-line.
Yep. Little bit of room.
Man, it didn't feel like a lot.
Okay, line's good. Line's
So
good.
Kirk trying to trust himself here after coming a little heavy on the first one.
I'm really light. Halfway
And
tight.
I
maybe
wonder if we
maybe
could ever
couldn't
touch
trust
that.
himself.
Curl it a bit.
Yep.
Curl. Rub off.
And that is well short. So both teams kind of struggling to find their draw weight here. But that's not a terrible result. You can see it's still the Walker-Myers shot that's, or the Walker-Myers stone that's shot, rather. So the double peel here, and again, it's been a cagey opening to this final here in Sherwood Park. As this is a fairly defensive shot here from Tanida, but don't really have a choice at this point. So the double peel made perfectly,
It's fine. It's a shot early to do what I thought.
Right there.
Yeah.
and they'll just replace the guard here. That Yellowstone is removable, so Kirk Muyres just has to be really careful here. If you don't make this guard perfect, there will be a chance for Yasumasa to come down with a sort of like a hack weight and potentially lie multiple.
I like this for one, Kirk.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of get that instinct from Kirk in the hack because, as I say, you don't make this guard perfect and all of a sudden you could be in some trouble.
Line's good.
But the freeze is the same thing.
Close.
If you leave it in a bad spot, you could also be in trouble. So
Okay, line's good.
Halfway tight.
Okay, if you're just
have to make the
halfway,
perfect
you have to
guard
finish it.
here if you're Kirk
Okay.
Muyres.
Okay, finish it then. Finish it.
Oh, this really got a curl.
Keep going. Clean.
And there it is, that finish on this side of the ice.
Nice.
And that is pretty much the perfect spot. Had to have it there, and he did. And that's guarding the right side of it as well. If you even put that like directly in front of that yellow, there would have been enough room for Yasumasa. I mean, he thinks there's enough room right now to get at that yellow one on the button. I'm not so convinced, but probably with back line, with the way that this turn finishes, it probably is there.
相手のワン動かせないんだったらあんまり良くないと思う。ただランバックもセンターには残っちゃうかな。
どっちのがイメージある？
なんとも言えない。それか前ウィッグみたいな形にするか。
何？
前ウィッグにするか、ウィッグしてシューター入れるか。ギリギリ狙って。
ちょっと難しいと思うな。
じゃあ78でタップするかい。フリーズになっても。
So this is tricky. Yasumasa going to come down, I'm guessing, with probably backline weight based on where they've put the broom. But if you miss this, you're certainly in potential steal territory. So big shot here for Tanida.
フリーズぐらい。
On it right out of the hand. You got to get by that center guard. Can he hold it? He cannot. So, as I said, now a steal looking like it's potentially in the offing here for Walker and Muyres.
そうだね。
Yeah, and ideally I'm like splitting center, top 12.
Yes. There.
Pair more. I think this side's gonna curl a little bit.
Okay. I agree.
So just deciding where they want to put this guard. Again, you're still in potential trouble. Matsumura would have a run back on that blue one.
I agree. I think
If you don't get this guard in the right spot, you'd have an angle run back, and it would be potentially for 3. So I think the key here for Laura is you not only have to guard the shot stone, obviously, but as you heard them say, they wanted a little bit deeper in the house just to block off that potential angle run back. So both line and weight here important for this final stone for Laura Walker.
Line's good. Line's good.
Half.
Line's good.
Halfway.
Okay, then you might have to finish.
So that's a little lighter than they would have wanted.
Finish it a bit then.
Hasn't really been a lot of play on this side of the sheet, so I'm guessing that's the issue. Just pulled the string on it a little bit. Pretty much all the draw play has been on the other side. But unfortunately doesn't go deep enough, so you will see Chiaki Matsumura will have a chance at an angle run for a potential 3.
Okay.
Depends on the weight she's throwing. You could chuck this and just try to miss everything at the back and take your 2, but you could also play like a control weight to try and angle that yellow one out of the back of the house and sit there for 3. I would imagine you take your chances at 3 here. Big shot, final stone. So it's certainly a little bit more than control here. Yasumasa on it right away, trying to hold it.
Nice shot.
And that's a very nice shot from Chiaki Matsumura. Can't hold it on for the 3, but does get the 2. Phenomenal shot. 3-1. Matsumura and Tanida lead.
Sports fans, daytime sports talk gets a whole lot better weekdays at noon Eastern with The Rod Peterson Show. Talking sports daily with A-list guests, and the best part is you can always join the discussion as we're the most interactive talk show on television. Broadcasting from coast to coast from the biggest events like Super Bowl, Stanley Cup Final, Grey Cup, and more. There's nothing like it in the game today. The Rod Peterson Show, daily at noon Eastern and 10 p.m. Pacific on Game Plus Network.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
So a fantastic shot from Chiaki Matsumura. 10-foot angled run back to score the deuce after Walker and Muyres were in control for almost that entire end. Sees the team from Nagano and Hokkaido, Japan, with a 3-1 lead. We'll see if the team from Edmonton can
Okay, line's good.
Just line.
pull themselves back into it here. A very nice opening stone from Chiaki.
Yep, yep.
So we're going to see Laura try to move that one out of the 4-foot.
Close.
Back 12 still.
Whoa.
Nice shot. It's a beauty.
Yeah, that's a nice shot there from Laura Walker. You are watching the final of the first mixed doubles Super Series event of the year here in Sherwood Park, Alberta. John Cullen with you. $6,000 on the line here. Would be a nice way to start the season for both of these teams. So looking for a freeze here is Yasumasa. Just a little chip. Very nice. That'll work.
They are shot right now.
What's that?
They're shot right now.
Okay. I think we either play what you played or peel the guard.
I don't know. What are you seeing in the house?
Well, I think I gotta almost shoot it past that back one a little bit.
Yeah. You could also just try to tap it on the nose.
Yep, I like that. If I touch it, it's okay. Love it. So back 8.
Yep.
So you heard Kirk say, just looking for back 8 weight, trying to tap the Matsumura Tanida shot stone back.
Back 12.
Clean. Whoa, whoa.
Would love to try and sort of tap it through the de facto hole back there.
But not really. Back 12.
Oh.
Good shot, eh?
Doesn't quite find the hole, but that's not bad at all. It is still Matsumura and Tanida lying 1, but 2, 3, and 4 belong to Walker and Muyres.
相手一回押してワンになってもそこから出せ忘れて。決め上げたら上は出す。
前にしたらそれから狙えるよ。
いや、そこから狙えるっていうか多分こっちから来るんじゃないか先に。
ここか？うん。ここ OK。ここも OK。
So it looks like a freeze on the back one here, I think, from Yasumasa.
It's good. ちょっといいとこから外目だから。
ちょっと待ってね。ちょっと待ってね。ちょっと待ってね。
It's good.
まだ待って。
オッケー待てるよ。ジャストぐらいだよ。
まだ待って。
ちょっと当たるかぐらい。
曲げ側だな。
オッケー。
曲げる準備だ。
ちょっと当たるぐらい。
曲げ。Okay.
And we'll tap it back slightly.
Oh.
And so Tanida and Matsumura lying 2 here without the hammer.
I think so. Good with you?
Yeah.
Maybe didn't get quite as inside that one as he would have liked, but not a bad shot.
A little less, or is that getting too cute?
I don't mind a little less is fine.
Okay.
So they're just going to be tapping back their top yellow onto the blue stone just behind the button.
Clean.
No, it's more.
Close.
More weight.
Kirk really didn't like it out of his hand.
Yep.
2, 3 feet more.
Clean.
You always know what Kirk thinks of his throw as soon as he lets it go. And this definitely is more weight, no question about it.
Clean. Sorry. Nice shot.
But that'll work just fine. I think they would have preferred to tap that with a little less weight to make it into more of a freeze on that blue stone. But still not a bad shot there from Kirk. They lie 1.
取れちゃうね。
逆に今度はちょっとだけ押ささっても悪くないけど。
こうなってもね。
でもちょっとインサイドで前目か。
オッケー。幅同じで大丈夫？
So another freeze in the offing here for Yasumasa Tanida with his last in the fourth. Would love to get just a little bit inside of where he was last time, I think.
OK ラインも同じラインも同じ
今度は速くないな
OK クリーンクリーンボー
ジャストぐらいだよ
クリーン Yes 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 ボーボーボー OK ナイスショット
And that's very nice. Right on the edge of the yellow stone.
Shot any good?
Well, you leave her this, right? Like,
Well, a little bit, but in theory, if I make it, right, should be top button and poke theirs out. Or what else are you thinking here? Freeze?
or guard and leave this. Like, I guess she'll have this freeze. I'm just hoping I have a piece of the button,
Yeah,
but
that's fair. But what are they
I'm
playing?
okay with just the same shot.
No, that's true. They do have this. I like the guard.
Even
Here-
though Kirk, you could tap it even like right to here.
Yeah, I'm okay playing this guard. I think you're right. Not?
I don't know.
Well, I'm just thinking this mate is pretty makeable for him.
Okay, so we want to keep it out here.
Yeah, so if I make this, it probably still
Just
leaves
makes
that
that
for
easy.
him.
Yeah, almost makes it easier.
So, yeah, okay, let's go on the dot, I think, and let's get it out there.
So like,
Yeah, so the worry here is that if you do try to play the same shot and you tap it up, you're going to leave a sort of, not really a slash, but just, Chiaki could come down, just get by your yellow in the top 8 foot and just slash your yellow out, and it'd be very difficult to get to it. So by guarding this, they figured Chiaki will try to draw.
I'm like right on your broom.
mine's good.
I'm a little heavier than your broom. I hope it's heavy
Oh,
over
is
here.
that out of play?
Can you finish it?
Oh, I guess that's not the full sideboards. That line always confuses me. I don't quite know why it's there.
Keep going, 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 keep going. Nice shot. Good.
And that does block that off, so
We just got to hang in there.
Chiaki just draws here, and then, yeah, Laura was just hoping that maybe something with her last would leave her a draw for 2. But they're going to need probably a miss from Chiaki. I would think if Chiaki gets this stone right where they want it, in kind of the top 12, almost on the all-state A, you might even see Laura Walker throw hers into the boards. And that,
if you don't want to make a decision, I will.
Like I don't really think I can hurt myself with the tap, right?
No, I think if you play the same shot I play, you're probably quite good.
Do you think we'd have a good sense of the speed here?
Yeah.
so the guard really didn't help Tanida and Matsumura at all.
I think we can make that. What do you think?
So the options they were looking at is they were wondering if it was maybe a little bit easier to play the out turn, come around those guards and tap up that yellow that's in the 8
I
foot.
think that'll be nice here.
And
That one ended up just back
Yeah.
button.
you could even probably rub off the blue a little bit and settle in beside your yellow for 2, but
Throw her on the tee.
it's really just whatever Laura prefers. This is there too, just needs a piece of the side button, very similar to the draw that she had in the second end for a second point, just on the other side of the sheet. She did not make it in 2. We'll see if she has it here in 4. Final stone for Laura Walker.
Mine's good. Mine's good. Mine's good. Clean for line. line.
Just line.
Okay, line's good. Yep. Yep. You're by. Line's good.
Starting to curl now.
Good.
This looks real close.
Beauty.
And that is a lovely shot from Laura Walker for the second point. Why even play the first 4 ends? We're all tied at 3, and Matsumura and Tanida will have the hammer when we come back with the second half of this game from Sherwood Park.
Finally, Kirk, I guess just, moving ahead and looking at this upcoming, the 2023-2024 mixed doubles curling season for yourself and for Laura. What are your goals and what are your expectations for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I think, we have high expectations. We've shown, like I said, we've shown that we can be one of the best teams in the world at this discipline. We've shown we can win big events. We want to go to this. We want to play in these super series. We want to be the best team on the super series. We want to win, our fair share of these events. We want to go to these. We want to dominate these events, because if we can dominate these events, we know we can dominate the Canadian Championships, the World Championships, the Olympic Games. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. So we want to go to those events and win them, and then obviously we want to win the Canadian Championship and the World Championship. No team in Canada has ever won the World Championship. We'd love to be that team to break that curse. But like I said, there's so many good teams around the world, so many good teams in Canada. It would just be an honor to be able to play in that World Championship again. But that's obviously our goal. But yeah, we want to be dominant on the Super Series, and we believe in this series. It's so cool what everyone's doing to put this together. I think it's huge for the sport of curling, but obviously huge for mixed doubles. And I mean, I think it's just good for everyone involved, whether it's the partners, the sponsors, the athletes, and then like you said, the next generation coming up. I think it's an amazing sport that if we can showcase it to the world, it's just gonna take on a life of its own. So it's pretty cool what they're doing, and we want to, like you said, be pioneers of that. We want to be the top team on that tour this year. So that's the goal, and that's the expectation.
All right, 4 more good ones.
Yeah, keep
That's
that
all we
going.
need.
Just keep that going.
So some positive affirmations from Laura Walker and Kirk Muyres, and why not? An absolutely fantastic shot from Laura to finish off that 4th end, and you can see on the scoreboard it's mirrored, a 1 followed by a 1 and then a 2 followed by a 2, and in both cases some very tricky shots made by the ladies.
Thank you.
Chiaki making that fantastic long angle run back for their 2 in the 3rd, and then Laura having to draw to a small map. Usually we say a postage stamp if it's really tough, but I would say she had the area of a small map to draw to, and made it perfectly. So we're all tied at 3. The Japanese team does have the hammer. And this should be a fantastic second half of the game if the last few ends are any indication. Both teams getting fully dialed in now.
I think you're going to be good. T-line.
Line's good. Little for line, actually. This is curling early.
Okay, we're not heavy, Laura. We got a good one.
Hard, Kirk.
Just line.
Okay, line's okay, but we're over curling
Okay,
the
we
back.
got to go to the back one.
Okay, go ahead then for line. Yep. Yep. Hard line. Hard line. Hard. Right to it.
Great shot.
Good judge.
So a good audible there, as it was just a little more weight than they were expecting from Laura. They were hoping to have that one in front of the tee line, but once they recognized it was a little too heavy, Kirk sweeping it right to the back one. A little bit of air there between the lemon and blueberry.
ちょっとラインは近そうだな。曲がりそうには見えるけど大丈夫か。Okay, wait a bit. Okay.
And just probably a little heavier than Chiaki would have liked that, I think. Only because it just didn't line up exactly in front of the stone she just hit. The weight was pretty close.
Okay, go ahead then.
But if the weight was a hair less, they would have done better.
Okay, line's good. Line's great. No bounce on this line. Line's great. You got it, Kirk.
Not good. Shoot.
okay.
And just a little light there from Kirk Muyres.
6ちょっとインサイドめかえ。ないよ。
OK ちょっと大丈夫かな、ちょっとフレッシュめだわ。
ないはいいから。
So a chance for Tanida here to get in and lie a second.
OK ちょうどぐらいだよ。
ウェイトなかったらストレートでそのままストレートで入っていい。ストレートで。
And that will come a hair short to be second shot, but not in a terrible position given where Kirk's Rock ended up.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it.
Kind of my first thought. But
Okay, I don't hate that either.
yeah.
It's a little
We
tough.
are second shot, so even if you're kind of on this line, I don't think it's bad.
I think that's the play.
Okay, top 4 right here.
Yeah, and again, like you said, top 8's good.
Okay.
Did you get a time?
15-7.
Okay, makes sense. So just half of the 4 ideally?
Yeah.
So this is what Tanida's shot coming up a little light allows Laura and Kirk to do. If that's in there for second shot,
I think this will finish a
you're
little.
probably seeing Kirk forced to run his own Yellowstone back. But with that one not being second shot, this will allow Kirk the opportunity to get another Yellowstone in the house here. You heard kind of this is more of a line shot than a weight shot. Obviously, you'd love to be top 4, but even if you're top 8 and just kind of guarding the draw path, that's not bad either.
Yeah, line.
Weight's pretty close.
Line's good. Stay really close, though.
Okay, just line, but I'm good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close, yep.
Gotta go.
Good.
Gotta go.
Line's perfect. Hard.
I'm not quite there.
Hard.
I'm not there, Laura.
You're really close.
I think that's got to be okay.
It's good.
I
Nice
should
shot.
have maybe kept going, huh?
I think.
Should have, but whatever.
どれぐらいウェイト
ここに当てたい感じなんだけど。
どれぐらいのウェイト
バックラインか10、90？
並んでんのそれ
黄色のが高い1個。
いやちょっとかぶってる感じ前当たってもいいんだったら狙えそう
So Matsumura Tanida lying 1 here. And looks like they're maybe going to try and run this yellow one back, maybe see if they can chisel that Yellowstone off of the back of the forefoot to make their current 3rd shot stone count. Not a ton of weight here. This is really curling. Trying to hold it, but I think this is all over the center guard. Yeah, that was not a lot of weight. I think they were trying to run it back with enough weight to smudge that yellow off the back 4. Maybe they were only ever just trying to poke it back, but
My last one. But
looked like not enough weight from Yasumasa.
They're only shot 1 right now, and this is a tough one to remove. Like,
I
there's
like
a
it.
guard there. Do you see anything else?
Nope.
You could play this. It's just really precise.
Yeah.
Or you play this 5 in here.
Yeah, I think the guard's a shot.
Okay. Just bite center line, but I think dead guarding this is fine.
So guard, I guess, the center line, if anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the guard is the call here too. You don't really want to bring play into the house right now if you're
This size good?
Walker and Muyres with the Japanese pair only lying the 1 right now.
Line's good.
Felt light.
Okay. Line's pretty good, Kirk. Easy.
I gotta go.
Okay, go ahead then. Finish it then. Hard.
Not quite
keep
half.
going. Hard.
This looks quite light.
Keep going, keep going. Okay. Yep. That's good, that's good, that's good. Good.
Just maybe the ice starting to slow down a little bit from the early game. Seemed like the teams were fooled by it being maybe a little quicker than they thought to start, and now it looks like maybe they're fooled by it slowing down a little bit.
いや広くはないと思うけど 黄色にだけは絶対当てれないな。速いんだったらもう後ろでスルーにしちゃった方がいいかも。どうだウェイト。13後半14ぐらい。
So a straight draw here for Yasumasa Tanida. Just trying to get second shot here.
Okay, clean.
ちょっとまだ走ってるな。まだ走ってる。走ってるわ。何は？ちょっと速いかも。
速いね。
当たる？当たるなら曲げる。
This looks like a lot of weight. And indeed it is. That was supposed to be a straight draw. That would have been through the house if it didn't touch that yellow.
What can you do?
Yeah.
What do you like? Either play this tap, just like in here, or guard.
I don't know. The guard's not that.
You gotta go. You gotta be like.
I know it's not that easy to make.
Yep.
You just tap this.
Yep. I like that.
Makes this. If I could get a piece of the button, makes this tougher.
Yeah. Well, agreed. So in a perfect world, just tap this on the nose. Right there.
T-line weight.
T-line weight. What do you need for ice?
Edge of 8, I think here.
Yep. I like it.
Not easy to score here, to set up a steal situation if you're Laura Walker. So just tapping this one into the 4-foot area and making it very difficult for Chiaki to score 2.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So
can I just give you kind of what I think is T-line on my own over here, and you can do the rest?
Yep, I like that.
Final stone here for Walker and Muyres in the 5th end. Just looking for a small tap here to try to hold Matsumura and Tanida to a single.
Weight's really nice. It's not heavy.
Yep.
Shot.
And it's a great sweep from Muyres, maybe a little shorter than they would have liked. And I do think there might be some daylight here for Matsumura to get a second point in there. And wow, she's going to go with the steep angle tap here. This is that's almost a 45-degree angle tap. Yikes, that is really tough. I guess the one thing working in Chiaki's favor here is you can come back on the back yellow to score 2. So it does make your scoring area potentially a little bit bigger, but this is by no means an easy shot. But she made one fantastic tough angle shot for 2 in the 3rd. Can she replicate it here in end number 5? This is close. And it will just curl a hair too much at the end. So a great try from Chiaki Matsumura, but it will just be a single. We'll see if Walker and Muyres can really put their stamp on this when we come back.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Does this look familiar? Your fans deserve an incredible arena experience. It's time for an upgrade. Stunning graphics. Revenue opportunities are just the beginning with our in-venue display systems and scoring technology. Let us help you find the best solution for your facility. DDG, always delivering the best fan experience.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
Welcome back to the Sherwood Park Curling Club in Sherwood Park, Alberta. It is time for the power play. Walker and Muyres electing to use theirs here in the sixth end, down 4-3. We'll see if they can manage to get a multiple score here and put the squeeze on their Japanese opponents. Very nice opening shot there, though, from Chiaki Matsumura right on the corner of that yellow stone. John Cullen with you here for the Mixed Doubles Super Series Event 1 Final. And speaking of Sherwood Park, the Mixed Doubles Super Series wants to give a big thank you to Heather Netowin and her whole event organizing crew here at the Sherwood Park Curling Club. Did an absolutely fantastic job all week long. The curlers could not say enough good things about it. And also a big shout out to Terry Shea, ice maker at Sherwood Park, for the fantastic ice surface. I've only got to watch 3 games this weekend on this sheet, but it has curled beautifully. The speed's been great and the ice has held up really well. And if you know Terry, one of the best guys you could hope to meet, a real character in the sport of curling. He used to make his home in BC. I got to know Terry quite well when I was a junior curler, and yeah, great guy. So kudos to Sherwood Park and Heather Netowin and Terry Shea and everybody there for putting this event on, and kudos to Laura Walker for that great shot right on the face of that blue stone. And we're going to see Matsumura and Tanida get a little bit old school here and just try to lie 2 in the open. Not old school for mixed doubles, but just old school for curling. Just, well, we could just split the house here, and that is what Yasumasa will try to do. Just obviously can't set up a double here. And that's a good spot.
So I think I was probably here.
Okay.
How's that look? Tight? Too tight?
Just give me a little more. I don't want to be back with this.
Like here?
Yeah. Just through.
Clean. Whoop.
So ignoring the first shot stone in the middle, Kirk is just
Close.
More than we want.
looking to get rid of this blue on the side here. Thoughts it's a little bit heavy. That is definitely more than hack.
Worked out pretty shitty.
I would have to agree with Kirk.
Velocity.
Just a lot more weight than they were hoping to throw on that one, and it takes their yellow one off the face of that blue one and rolls the yellow right into the open. So it's just a chance for Matsumura and Tanida to lie 3 here, and the advantage of the power play slowly slipping through the grasp of Muyres and Walker here.
こっちがいい。
11?
11でいいかい？10か11。
いや、11でいいよ。
オッケー。幅いい？
Interesting that they're playing the out turn at this one. But I guess at this point it's really whatever you're comfortable with. But they've got to come across the face of their own to make it this way. I think you'd see most curlers elect to play the other turn, but no trouble there for Tanida. Does set up a bit of a pocket though.
Just basically draw the button.
Okay.
Good. I think so. What do you think? Is it 15-5?
Not quite. 15-2.
Yeah.
I think that's usually, again, why you'd see, first of all, you're coming across the face of the other blue, but then also if you're playing the intern there, maybe a little bit easier to control the roll. I think if you're Tanida there, that's really the one spot you didn't want to leave it.
Line's good.
I think weight's close.
Line's good.
Weight's nice.
Can you let it work a bit?
So you'd like a freeze just off of the center line of the stone here to set up a jam.
Line's okay if weight's good. Line's good now. Line's good now. If anything needs to curl an inch still. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't want to be in the middle.
Come off.
So, sorry.
And that is super unlucky for Kirk Muyres. Weight was pretty much perfect. But this looks fairly easy for Matsumura to get rid of. Just unlucky there. The weight was great. Either needed to go for curl or not sweep it at all. Just ending up right in between.
11とかで同じくノーズちょい外ぐらいあんまり後ろの石
So Tanida does have one more stone left. And I would guess is just going to try to poke this yellow through the hole. They're probably just deciding here if they want to, if they want to try and get rid of one of their back ones. It gets a little bit dicey. Obviously, you can't leave that yellow stone there. But if you could ever make a double and kind of get rid of one of your blues there, it creates less of a pocket for Laura and Kirk.
いやそれじゃなくてこっちの石より弱くなっちゃわないかなって。こっちの右の青が、
それはないと思う。
ない11で、OK。
ノーズでいい。
ノーズ本当ちょいこっちぐらい。ほぼノーズ。いいよ、11ほぼ一緒。
待って。
ほぼ一緒だよ。
クイーン。Yes. Bob. Bob. Quick. Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Gets rid of the pocket and doesn't leave an easy shot for Kirk to lie a second point.
What else do you see? Is that
A little nervous that they caught just a bit too much of that blue one, but they do manage to stay for first and second shot, which was the important thing.
No, that's.
But then they got to decide what they want to do because it'll be 2-on-1.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
It's
obviously.
offside a little bit. There's some room there.
Yeah.
What kind of weight do you like?
I think an 11.5, or is
That
that
was my
too
first
cute?
thought too. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think there? Doesn't seem like it's going bananas.
No, I like that there. I didn't think he was really aggressive on either of his, and they didn't do a whole lot.
And
so.
there, I think he kind of threw about that what I'm looking for, eh? That 11.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take your time, Kirk. See your spot.
So I'm just 2 inches inside the edge of 4. Is that enough?
Yep. I like that.
And 11.5.
Yep.
Okay. Let's go.
So just a hit and roll here for Kirk Muyres. Would love to be somewhere in front of that blue one on the left.
Weight's good. Weight's
Close.
good.
Yep. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Needed to sit.
I just wired the double.
Not good.
And that is really unfortunate for Kirk. That rolled to the absolute worst possible spot it could roll to.
ちなみにこれ相手出せそう。
Really unlucky.
3分の2見えてないな。半分か。
That double is absolutely wired. Both yellows go.
こっちからはあるけど。ノーズ 8？
8？
どう？
OK。
いやーちょっと厳しいかもしんない。
それ と普通にダブルだよね。1のノーズだと普通にダブルだよね。
あ、これ？
うん。
こっちがね1なんだよ。
あ、内側ってなきゃいけない。
それかもう直接のヒット。
うん、それもありだね。ヒットロール。
こっちに行ったら多分行くけど、ノーズだったら多分こっちに
行かないね、下だね。狙う
My Japanese is not sharp, but I think what they're discussing here is where they want the shooter to end up. I think their worry is that if their shooter rolls out, that maybe there's a chance for Laura and Kirk to do something with the situation on the right, where they could maybe run in the yellow on an angle and then also get rid of the blue one that they're running into that yellow one. I don't think that's possible, but it seems like that's part of the discussion. Because I think really if you're, I mean, you can see there, I mean, you can see all of the yellow stone on the left, but realistically, are they going to chase that facing 2? I don't really think so. So I think really if you're Team Japan, you just want to be making sure you're lying 2 here. Or you just hit it on the nose and Y3, no problem. So nice shot there from Chiaki Matsumura, and I think there's just no choice here but to either hit or draw for the single.
All right. Take your time. Go see it. $11.5?
Yeah, I think that should be reasonable. Like,
I
hold
do.
it if
Yeah.
you
So it
need
looks
to,
like they're hitting
come out.
here.
Okay. And just on the inside of the hack, does that look close?
That is. I would aim.
Okay.
So final stone here for Laura Walker. Needs a hit and stick to tie this game back up.
Yep.
11.5.
Yep. Hard.
Kirk on this right away. This is really curling. This is really curling. Can they hold it? Oh my goodness.
Yep, 2 blue.
Laura just coming a little bit over the top of that one, and on the penalty kill, it's Tanida and Yoshimura stealing 2. 6-3, they lead.
The sports landscape continues to change, and teams and facilities are under more pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. They need the right team to deliver their product. Look no further than IKS Live. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience across all platforms.
We touched on it a little bit, but mixed doubles has kind of really taken to the scenes, you know, as of recently. It's obviously it was introduced into the Olympics not too long ago, and the sport continues to grow. How does it feel to, I guess, be a part of a sport that's really ascending not only in our country but across the world?
Yeah, I think the unique thing about mixed doubles that's really helping it grow across the world, obviously being in the Olympics now, makes a big difference, but only needing the 2 people to make a team, the man and the woman. There are a lot of countries that you'll see successful in mixed doubles and playing a lot of mixed doubles that just couldn't form a men's or a women's team. They don't have 4 people of each gender to really create a strong team, but they can put a mixed doubles team together. So I think that's really great for the growth of curling in general, to have more opportunities for others, maybe non-curling countries, to have that opportunity to play. So I think that that's one of the great things about mixed doubles.
So it was an unforced error for Laura Walker with her last in the 6th end, and a big steal of 2 for Matsumura and Tanida. And you have to say, with them still having the power play left, they are in the driver's seat to take home the first mixed doubles Super Series title of the season. We'll see if Kirk and Laura can put them in a tough spot here.
Great shot, Laura.
In end number 7, John Cullen with you here for this final on Thanksgiving Sunday. Lots to be thankful for this weekend here in Sherwood Park. Tons of great curling, but it has been Matsumura and Tanida, the only undefeated team in the field so far, sitting at 7-0 coming into this game and looking to make it a perfect 8. And that's a little deep from Yasumasa, and so things are looking not too bad here for Walker and Muyres in the early going of end number 7. A reminder as well that we are back right away starting next weekend here at mdsuperseries.com in Chilliwack, BC for event number 2 of the season. A reminder that you can get a subscription for the whole season, every mixed doubles Super Series event at mdsuperseries.com. $40 gets you access to the entire season. Fantastic curling.
Line's good.
Just
no
line.
bounce yet. Line's good.
Weight's nice. T-line.
Line's good. Room. Close. Whoa, no, room. Close.
Weight's close. Just line.
Make sure. Yep. Yeah, line. Okay, you're
Weight's
by.
nice.
You're by. Great shot, Kirk.
Ah, yes, thank you.
And that is perfect from Kirk Muyres. So starting to cook with a little gas here are Walker and Muyres in the 7th end, and they need to, running out of time here, down 3.
Okay. ジャストウェイトでいっても曲がりまで大丈夫そう？
うん、よかったと思う。
Okay.
相手今15。
So another freeze here on order for Yasumasa.
ちょっと遅め。
ちょっと曲がりそう。
Okay, 入っとくわ。
ちょっと曲がりそうなの
And
に。
he is on this early. Does look like maybe not enough weight.
これでいいよ。
No, that is
入ってるわもう。
settling in there nicely now.
あ、こうしてた。
And maybe actually overcooked it a hair. So, wow.
Not? Or what do you think?
Things starting to potentially open up here for Kirk and Laura. I agreed. It just, I mean, I'm only looking at it through a camera, obviously, but it did look a little light out of the hand of Yasumasa, but overcooking it a hair.
Basically give you the same
And this
shot,
is a big opportunity now.
The same?
Yeah.
If Kirk Muyres can just get inside this blue one. They're going to be looking real nice.
Line's good.
Felt heavy.
Okay.
Close.
Wait only.
I can wait.
Close.
Back 4. T-line.
Oh, room.
Back 4.
Room.
Just back 4.
Room.
Just needs to curl.
Still just back 4.
Room.
Got to get inside that blue stone.
Jesus fucking. We
Might
had
be
a really,
better.
oh, I don't
No,
know.
that's good.
Well, that was a tough time for the pick, but as Kirk said, that's actually not a bad result at all. Those are lined up really nice for them now. And if I was collecting for the swear jar, Laura would owe me too. So another look at it here, you'll see the rock just pick something right when it gets to the top of the house. Watch the handle of the rock. You see right there, it speeds up and just crashes on that top 8 stone. But yeah, it is really lined up not badly at all for Walker and Muyres. If you're going to have a pick, that's not a terrible one to have, and it's kind of forced Tanida here. I'm not sure if they're guarding or if they're coming right in to try and just get to the inside of that Yellowstone that Kirk just threw.
Okay. ちょっと空いてこっかな。いいよ。ライはいいから。ライはいい感じ。Yes。ウェイト。Okay, yes. Yes.
So it does look like they're trying to come right in the house here. Got to get by that top one though. And that will do almost the same thing as Kirk's, but I don't know that they prevented the smash here.
Bad for them, right?
Yeah.
Like in theory, if I just hit this, might line them up so this goes by. As good as anything, isn't it?
Yep. I think we try it. The only other shot is to try to just sit 2 here,
Yep.
but then it's only ever 2 probably.
Well, then what do? They guard this and you run it in for 3 maybe?
Yeah, if you like this now, I'm good to give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not in love with it, but this is...
If you ever don't quite, like it's tight to the guard.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I think we've got to make them tough, but if I hit this, I mean, the odds are good I'll sit on an angle.
I like this.
Maybe that angle's good, maybe it's bad.
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of weight?
Whatever you think you can make it, like.
I don't want to rip it.
No,
do you think
like a
I'd love to keep my shooter on the angle of that blue.
9.5, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't need a ton, do I?
No, I think the angles are the angles, like
Yeah.
regardless of how.
So I need to get something where I can hit that on the nose and I know how to do it.
A 10 then?
I don't know. I think a 10's just enough. Or
9.5?
am I? Yep, 9.5. And take edge of the stone and finish with.
So you heard there, they're looking at around 10 or 9.5. So like an easy normal weight here. Kirk's just going to hit that blue one right on the nose. Should get rid of 2 of the blues. I don't think it can get rid of all 3. The one to pay attention to will be their Yellowstone in the back 12. Whether or not that will stick around or not is the question.
Whoa, clean, yes! Clean!
Good shot.
And so it does indeed go right back onto that yellow one, but it is Walker and Muyres lying 2. As we get another look at that there. So you can see there from that angle, it's not easy for Tanida and Matsumura to get in there, but I also am not exactly sure if they just guard this outside one here on the left as you're looking at it. I don't quite know. I think Walker and Muyres are always going to have a shot for 3. I think they'd have the tap up, they'd have the draw, no matter what Tanida and Matsumura do here. It's not really a great takeout option for them.
黄色のガードした方が良さそうには見える。3点しゃあなくは見えるけどね。
こっちから。
この上。いやー当たってるように見えんだよな。
時間が2分50秒しかない。2分50秒しかない。
Okay. カード Okay.
So I think they just elected to guard. Probably the easiest shot for 3 is on this side of the sheet, whether that's a straight draw or tapping up the yellow. So that's why they are throwing the guard here. And Laura will just have a draw to the full forefoot to tie this one up. But of course, Matsumura and Tanida do still have the power play, so even if Laura manages to tie it up here, you have to favor them going into the final end.
All right, Laura, take your time here.
Needless to say, a huge point here for Walker and Muyres.
I think so.
Yep.
I think a 15's still fine
That's
over
what I
here,
was
right?
hoping you'd throw. Put her on the tee.
Just line.
Line's good.
So half of the forefoot required
Line's good.
to keep her team in it.
Close out here.
Sorry?
Close for line. Line's good.
Laura Walker looking for the 3rd point here.
Line's good. Yes, hard line, hard line.
This is really diving in there. Can Kirk get it there? Wow, that really moved
Completely losing.
and does not quite tap the yellow far enough. So they will settle 4-2. Matsumura and Tanida will take a 1-point lead and a potential power play into the 8th. You don't want to miss it.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
But the thing is now with mixed doubles now starting to take off, and we're seeing the growth of it, you know, being in the Olympics, seeing the Super Series and all these more events. Now we're going to see a new generation potentially come up wanting to play curling, and rather than play the traditional, you know, 4-person to a side team game, they might be wanting to play mixed doubles, which is exciting for, you know, yourself and Laura and everybody else a part of the Super Series to almost be kind of pioneers when it comes to the mixed doubles game.
Yeah, I think you could be right. It's pretty humbling when you start getting called pioneers of a game, Jerobi. It's starting to make me feel old a little bit, but you're absolutely right. I mean, I think we're seeing that already. We're doing some mixed doubles curling camps, and the kids that are coming up, they love the mixed doubles game. You know, they see it like we saw the 4-person game growing up. That's how they see the 2-person game. And then you guys, like you said, you got that Olympics carrot at the end. I mean, to be an Olympian, to be an Olympic gold medalist, I mean, that's just crazy for any athlete to think about, and mixed doubles gives you that opportunity. So I think when you see the next generation coming up with the 10, 11-year-olds that want to play a sport and love the game of curling, they're going to gravitate to the mixed doubles game because it is just so exciting.
So it is the power play as expected here for Matsumura and Tanida, and no surprise, they're up 1 with the hammer. Odds are forever in their favor. at this stage of the game. Walker and Muyres have had a couple chances to put some points on the board. Laura's had open draws in the second and seventh ends, and if she had made both of those, it would be a 7-6 score right now, but unfortunately just not quite able to find her rhythm with those shots. And we'll see if Matsumura and Tanida can finish this undefeated run off to take home the first Mixed Doubles Super Series title of the year and cash that $6,000 first place prize check. And that's a bit of a break for Laura and Kirk, throwing the center guard and Chiaki missing the tick. So an early negation of the power play here for Walker and Muyres has got to feel pretty good. Hopefully Kirk can get this in a good spot for them and maybe make this end interesting.
Close.
Line's good.
A little heavy, but close.
Line's good.
I think I've got a good one here.
Okay. It's not really curling yet. There it goes.
Top 4, top 8.
Line's good. It's really curling now. If anything, we're over curling a bit.
Leave it a little higher then.
Right the 4. Line's good.
Good enough for now.
Nice.
So Kirk makes the shot, and we'll see Masa Tanida take a run at this. And just a straight peel and gets the corner for fun. Corner not really mattering a whole lot.
Yep.
So another center guard here for Kirk.
Line's good.
Out there. I think I'm close, but I gotta wait.
You do have some room right now.
Okay, that's good. I think separation's better probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
I think just try to split center. It's good. Nice.
So maybe a little deeper than they would have liked it here, and we might see Tanida chase the double here. Indeed, we will. It doesn't quite have the angle where they wouldn't want to chase it, because you can make the double and not leave a center guard. And how about that from Yasumasa Tanida? Fantastic shot.
Can I get it against you?
Yep.
And unfortunately for Walker and Muyres, we're starting to hear the doomsday clock ticking. As you heard them say, really the only goal they can have at this point is to make them draw against 2. As remember, Tanida made the double with his last one, so this corner guard is actually higher than the starting position, which will make it easier for Matsumura and Tanida to chase it as well.
Line's a little tight. Gotta go early.
Kirk did not love this one out of his hand. Laura said it was a little tight. This is really curling off that center line.
I think maybe try to touch that guard. Oh, sorry, Kirk.
And that is over curling and will leave Tanida and Matsumura shot. And that ticking is getting louder and louder by the second here. I mean, Tanida and Matsumura are really at the point here where you could throw this into the boards and you wouldn't really be in too much danger. You'd only ever be drawing against 1 on your last one. I'm not saying they should throw it into the boards, just that they could. That is just demonstrating how great their advantage is at this point, with only one rock to come for each team after this one comes to rest.
13.9 後ろまであるんだったらここまでいいわ Yes, 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 yes. Okay, nice.
So that's a little deeper than they would have wanted to go for sure. That was really the only risk in kind of throwing that, is you didn't want to give them something to freeze to. But I mean, even if Laura does make this freeze perfectly, there'll still be most of the forefoot for Chiaki to draw to.
Right here?
Yeah. Is that too much?
Nope. I think that'll be nice.
So you just want to make them throw their last one here. You never know what happens. We did see a pick last end from Kirk.
Okay.
So just have to make sure you're shot somewhere. Ideally, you freeze it, but even if you don't,
yeah,
just be shot.
There now, but 14's lots.
So the last rock here for Laura Walker, and could be the final stone of the tournament for her and Kirk Muyres.
Mine's good.
Needs to make a freeze to force Matsumura to throw her last one.
No, it has to curl a bit still.
Okay.
Needs to curl a little, Kirk. Needs to curl. 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 Needs hard, 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 hard.
That's pretty good.
And that's a great final stone from Laura Walker. Couldn't have made that any better. Great sweep from Kirk Muyres, and pretty much a perfect shot from Laura Walker. Couldn't walk it down there any better. Looks like they're maybe going to try and smash this, which is interesting. I might be tempted to just kind of draw down to the face of it, but obviously whatever the shooter sees here, and Chiaki can throw the big weight. So final stone here, and a potential winning one for the team from Nagano and Hokkaido. And Yasumasa likes it. Chiaki likes it. That is the championship winning shot. A fantastic game for Yasumasa Tanida and Chiaki Matsumura, undefeated on their way to the first Mixed Doubles Super Series Championship. $6,000 top prize for those two. But what a great effort from Kirk Muyres and Laura Walker as well. It's been a fantastic weekend of curling. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here next weekend in Chilliwack. I've been John Cullen for everybody here at Sherwood Park. Have a great Thanksgiving. Bye.